Okay. Let's get it. So I got 3 samples for y'all this evening.
All right, everybody cough up some green.
Okay.
Come on, throw in a buck.
All right, let's get this started. This first sample I got is from Spain, 1982, and it's flamenco music. So let's see what we're working with. All right, let's pitch it down like 4. Let's see. All right, let's do -3. Just a little more speed to that. If you just tuning in, I got 3 samples for y'all this evening. This is Loopin Live. This first one's a flamenco sample from Spain, 1982. But let's see. We need to go a little faster. Let's try to. Oh, that's a little too loud. All right. All right. If we do those, we can use that and slow it down. I bet we'll use that. Let's see what tempo we're at. About 73, but let's double that. All right, so it's 146. All right, bet. Saturn Gamer X77, how you doing this evening? Welcome into Loopin Live. I got 3 samples for y'all. This is the first one. Right, let's get a. All right, I'm about to find a. This stuff sounds weird. It's a flamenco sample from Spain. But I'm gonna try and flip it into something. All right, let's get a snare going. A little too loud. Let me turn that down. I feel you. I love jazz. Synthwave is dope. But I've been just picking random samples and seeing how I can flip them live. So I love finding genres I wouldn't necessarily sample, you know? 19-year-old radio presenter, that's dope. What type of radio, like, platform? Are you FM airwaves, internet radio, like, and what type of show you got? Oh, vinyl show, that's raw. Drop it in the chat. I'm gonna check it out. Cause I have a show on my channel called Can You Dig It, where I'll go to like Goodwills or like record stores and find records, and then I'll bring them back to the studio and I'll make beats on them. And I have to make a beat on each one. Merrily Baba Poor. I don't know if I said that right, but how you doing? Welcome in. A local FM and internet radio. That's dope. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what it is. I'll definitely check it out, especially if it's vinyl. I love vinyl. All right, let's find a kick. All right, so we got this. I'm gonna loop this 3 times, and then we're gonna add. And then we'll do this. Bet we'll do that. D sharp 1. All right, bet. All right, and we'll do D sharp 1 right there. All right, we're gonna do something I don't normally do, and I'm only gonna do 3 bars on that. Chauncey Kelly, what it do? Welcome in. This is Loopin Live. I got 3 samples for y'all. This is the first one. It's a flamenco sample from Spain, 1982. Alright, we'll come back to that. Let's add some kicks on here. Alright, let's see what we got. Then you got 101 singles of vinyl already? That's crazy. Chauncey Kelly, I appreciate you. But that's a Saturn Gamer, that's a lot of vinyl. Alright, let's record this kicking. Alright, let's get it. Cheap Crossley. The equipment really don't matter though. The fact is, you got the vinyl, you're spinning it, and you enjoy it. You know, I think that's what's most important. Justin Brophy 6162. That's pretty funny. Nah, I'm a male, born male, and I identify with a male, my dog. But you funny though. You got jokes. Alright, I'm gonna use this plugin and get these hi-hats and jump in. Terrifier 6-9, what it do? How you doing, bro? Hey, Saturn Gamer, what kind of turntable? If you could choose any turntable, what would it be? Hey, yeah, Saturn Gamer, what website you got? Alright, let's get a hi-hat going. Where's that? Oh yeah, Audio Technica. Like this joint right here. I actually got that one at Best Buy. It's not that expensive. Save up a little bit. Yo, the go-to is to find somebody you know. Find somebody you know that works at a Best Buy and use their discount. Yeah, though, and then the USB one, you don't need a interface or nothing. That'd be a good one. Nah, hey, Terrifier 6-9, Saturn Gamer right here. Saturn Gamer X77. It's only 19, but got an internet radio show. all vinyl. Oh, you in UK? Where at in the UK? Bro, I love the UK. I'm trying to get back to London. Birmingham's really dope. Hey, Terrifier 6 to 9. I got a show on my channel called Can You Dig It, where I go look for vinyl and then I sample it in the studio. Scotland? Ooh, I'm definitely trying to get to Scotland. I heard it's beautiful. All right, let me get these hi-hats. Stop playing. Let's record that in. Actually, let me find where that is. 13th floor elevator? Nah, I've never heard of it. What's that? Alright, let's do... There it is. Alright, let's redo that one time. Alright, let's add a little open hat too. Favorite band is a synthwave band called The Midnight. Alright, I'm about to look them up on my Apple Music right quick and I'm gonna save it. And I'll look up the 13th floor. Give me a second. Terrifier 6 to 9. You ever heard of them? Oh, Sahil. I am using Beatmaker 3. That is currently my DAW of choice on the iPad. Let's see. Hey, is this they got a song called Lost and Found, Saturn Gamer? Sax and synthwave, that's hard. What's a song by The Midnight? Is this them right here? Days of Thunder by The Midnight. Alright, bet. Alright, cool. I'm about to add them on. I might play that a little bit later. But hey, you said you had 2 websites too. What were those? Unless I missed it. Yeah, if you got two websites, drop them in the chat. I'm about to go to them and see. Let me save this. I'm about to go to the next sample of this evening. Let's see. I'm excited for this next sample though. Alright, this next sample is gospel music from the US, 1971. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's speed it up a little bit though. let's go. All right, let me go back to -2 or add +2. Hey, that's kind of banging. Let's go. All right, let's get a snare popping. I don't think I saved that last one. I might have messed up, but that's all right. I can redo it probably. But those hi hats were live, so I don't know. But anyway, let's get a snare. Ooh, that's too loud. My bad, y'all. Yo, Saturn Gamer, this program sometimes will cut out on me, so I've lost many a beats, but that's all good, cause I'm gonna make many a beats. Let's find a snare. I think I like that rim shot. Nah, not that one. That one. Let's get it. Let's get a kick. Soundtrap Studio. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Online recording studio, huh? Interesting. Royalty-free sounds, huh? Collaborative studio. Huh, that's kind of hard. You still got a lot of function even if you use the free version? Alright, let's see what else we got. Let's get a kick. Alright, bet. I'll check that out after I get off this live. Nah, messing around with MIDI's fun. I gotta find this right kick. You got a channel called Mabdroid X. Is that on YouTube? Bet, I'm gonna look it up right now. Mabdroid X YouTube. Let's go to YouTube and search it then, since Google wants to play.
Is it a...
Ooh, lady, chill out. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to search later because it's not pulling up. It be playing sometime. The Doom Sound Font cover, that's hard. Mavdroid X. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna look you up right after this. Let's add this some hi-hats. Oh, we need this kick. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I think we had a kick on here. Should be a wolf. Alright, bet. I'll filter by channel right after this. I got you. Hey, there's also a vocal chop in this sample that once I get some more drums in, I'm about to add that in. Damn, where was that kick? I gotta find it. This one. Yeah, I think you're right if that's the one you chose. I'm gonna turn off quantize. Alright, let's get it. Alright, we're gonna just take the second half and double it up. Alright, let me add I'm gonna add a hi-hat in here, and then I'm gonna go to this vocal part of the sample. When I was chopping it earlier, the vocals sound dope, and I pitched it up a little bit, so we'll see what it sounds like. Oh, you meant top right? We can change it. Let's see what it sounds like. The top right one was this. Let's change it to that then. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's do kick 432, B1, 64. Here. We'll add that, but I'm gonna tune it down. There we go. Tuned it down a little bit. All right, let's get a hi-hat jumping on here. Hey. All right, let's see. Ooh, it's that one. Alright, now let's I'm gonna copy these over and I'm gonna see what else is in the sample. So I got some drums playing still. Cause I know she was snapping in the vocals, so let's see. He did a metal cover of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, that's crazy. Alright, let's see. We got I chopped a bunch. Let's record that in real quick. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that sounds kind of hard. There's some more in the sample too, so let's find it real quick. All right, let's record that in too. Let's get it. Let me undo that. My bad. Redo it back. So we got two parts to the sample. I'll duplicate this, and then we'll duplicate that. And then we also got this little hook. Those emojis funny though. Hey, all right, let's see what key this is, and then I'll add a bass. So let me make sure I save it this time, and let's export the audio, and then we're gonna put it in Key Finder. Yeah, Saturn Gamer. I don't know if you know your song keys and everything like that, but I got this thing called Key Finder, so I'll put a sample in it. So right now it's telling me E minor. So now I'm gonna pull up a bass. So we'll go to E minor. I'll change the keys. now we'll find what bass we want. So let's see. Yeah, Key Finder should be a free app. With bass tune jazz guitar, that might be hard. Did it say E minor? Yeah. Hey. So sometimes I'll play. So now I'm about to just tune that down, actually. So I played it high, so in theory, I could drag it down, and it should be fine. Cool. So we'll also, let me add an EQ on there. We'll take out the high end, filter that out. Alright, Pro Q4, boom. So now, sample, I gotta take out the low end so it's not all muddy and in the way. Some little pad chords, bet. I'll add that next. If I can get this. Let me get rid of this low end. All right, let's find some chords then. Let's see what I even got for that. what it's called. I also got this app called Core Gadget, where it's got all these modules in it. I just gotta find out the name because it's also I can use them as plugins and whatnot. We'll use where is that? It's called Darwin, and then we'll find a pad. Let's see, where are you at? Okay, it's not here. Why not? We can use the IM1 though. Try it. Come in here. We're gonna save this one. I got one more sample for this evening. And it's let's find out what that one is again. It is being live the 30th. I think it's pop music from Germany, maybe. Yeah, this one is pop music from Germany, 1978. All right, let me slow it down, pitch it down. '87, let's try it. You were born in Poland? That's dope. Let me redo that. Alright, let's do that one. Hey. Alright, let me I'm about to find a drum break real quick. I got this plugin called, where is that? It's called Splat to Clat. It sounds funny, but it works. Most times it's 90s. Yeah, I like 90s. Definitely like 90s. Alright, let's find drum break. Let's go to break beats. Let's try this one. what tempo are we at? 87. I might have to change it. Let me go back and look real quick. Yeah, I know you meant 90 BPM. I got you. Alright, let's see. Let's go. Alright, 87.7. That should work. Alright. Oh, that might work. Let's go. Alright, undo that. Alright. Alright, let's get it. Let me get this one over here. Yeah, the drums do kind of hit a little hard. Let me mute it. Let's try to find another one. I mean, I like it, but let's see if we can't find some more drums. I feel that. All right, let me turn the drums down a little bit. That's too. That one is a little too wimpy, you know? But we can find one. Hold on. Oh, why you stop? All right, bet. Let's find a different one real quick. Oh, that might work. Yep. Let's try this one. Fix these. Duplicate that. So with this plugin, with the MIDI, I know you like MIDI. What it's doing on here is it's cutting off. So we don't need two of those. Alright, but I'm gonna add a different hi-hat though. Actually, let's see. I kind of want to see what else is in the sample. Let's see. So do you like to edit you like to mix and match midis and then like try and just find what sounds work best with them, kind of like MIDI packs and whatnot? Because to me that's like it's the same as sampling for. I just like sounds like I love sampling from vinyl because I like the old sounds from like I think the sweet spot for me is 1969 to like 1982. I like that time range. Alright, let's see. Let's get a hat in here. 8-bit sound fonts. 8-bit is dope. I think some Japanese musicians, I think from like the 80s, maybe early 90s, their 8-bits, amazing. Like that video game music from them. They did amazing work. Alright, I'm gonna record that and turn it down, and then I'll add a hi-hat over the top of that. And I think a lot of people, oh yeah, Streets of Rage 2. Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 got amazing music. I think volumes too, when mixing, I think people underestimate just turning something down versus having to put like plugins and like extra effects on it, you know? And then just trust your ears. Let's record that in. Alright, now let's see what else is in the sample. Agent X theme, yeah, that was dope. 1-bit music, that sounds crazy. I gotta hear that again. Alright, let's see what else is in this sample. Let's go. Good. I need a kick to hit more though. So I'm gonna erase this kick that I got here. Actually, I can mute it. I'm gonna add a different one. Hey, I'm gonna save that. Let me get another kick in here. All right, bet. Let's go. Let's record that in. So now we go from this part of the sample. Let's see what it sounds like. The pizza theme from Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna look that up real quick. All right, this turned out kind of dope. Let me save that joint. I need to find out what the bass is. I need a banging bass actually. So let me save it and export that in there. Let's see. Alright, so we'll share it. Key finder, G minor, bet. Alright, let me add this bass on here right quick. Acid bass, perhaps. Alright, let's see. So this app is called King of Bass, and I can hit this dice and randomly find basses. Let's see. What I said this was G minor? Yep. Too loud. Alright, now I'm gonna cut out the highs of that real quick. Hey. I'm kind of digging that one right there. Choir vocals. Let's see. Let's see what I got. Ooh, let me turn that down. Alright, that sounds weird. Let's see what else we got. Then that almost sounds like it's part of the sample. I like how that comes in like that though. Save that. So if I play that and come back in, let's see what it sounds like. Digging that. Nah, dang, we almost on an hour. Hey, Saturn Gamer X77. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna find you on YouTube. I'll follow you on there. But nah, it was fun. I like talking music. Keep going on your journey, dog. Keep what's the name of your radio I can find online with your vinyl? Drop that in the chat so I can find it before I get up out of here. But yeah, this was Loopin' Live. If you tuned in, I appreciate you. We had 3 samples done. We had this one, I'm playing real quick. So this is a pop sample from Germany, 1978. Let's save that. And then the other sample we had, let's find it. This was sample 3. This one was sample number 2. Saturday UK time. All right, what's where can I find it? Can I find it online? See if this saved. Oh, cool, it saved. This is the first sample we did, flamenco. This one was cool. But actually, I think I like that. I think I like this last one we did. Yeah, I think I like this one the most for sure. Yeah, I like the third the most too, for sure. But nah, Saturn Gamer, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta get up early. I'm gonna get some rest. Definitely want to check out Scotland though, for sure. But yeah, tune in, subscribe. You'll see when I go live. I do beats for breakfast during the week, and then I go live on Friday nights and Sunday nights. So, you know, y'all have an amazing evening or amazing day, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll catch y'all later.